Hey everyone, this is Dr. Nabia Kelly with Tea Time with Dr. Kelly. Thank you for joining us today. We are on an amazing journey preparing for our podcast. Do me a favor before we even go into the episodes. Just begin to like, subscribe on below, share, tag, click the link and give it to someone. And also remember, do the notification tab that when we come on, we pop up. We have some awesome guests. We have people who are coming to drop some gems as they spill the tea in their industries. And we're looking forward for a dynamic time. So thank you for joining us. We look forward to seeing you. We look forward to engaging with you. And as you spill the tea, we shall pour into you. Level up, level up, level up, level up. Hey, level up, level up. No. God bless you all. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. All of that good stuff. No, okay. Welcome to Tea Time with Dr. Kelly, where you spill the tea and we pour back into you. Today, we have an awesome episode and I got a phenomenal guest in the studio. But do me a favor, below, like, subscribe, share this link to someone. Those of you who are joining in, who are coming in, I want you to comment on the bottom feed and tell us what episode did you like the most. Tell us your feedback on Tea Time with Dr. Kelly. I am excited about Tea Time with Dr. Kelly. We have had some tremendous guests that came on to grace this platform. And when I tell you, it's been lit up on Instagram, Spotify, Apple Music, you name it. People are calling and asking about Tea Time with Dr. Kelly. And when you do your Google search, there is no other podcast named Tea Time with Dr. Kelly. So I just want you all to sit back. This month, we have some beautiful episodes that's rolling out for you. We have entered into the third quarter of the year. And what's going on in the third quarter? Good things are happening. Accelerated things are happening. More than enough is happening. What the enemy meant for evil is being turned around in your favor. But today, I have a beautiful guest in the studio, and I have had many years knowing this person. And this particular podcast episode is dealing with loyalty versus royalty. Okay. And journeying and navigating through friendships. So I want to introduce to some and present to others no one other than Aisha Taylor. Come on, make some noise. Send up the heart. Send up the heart. Send up the heart. Send up the heart. Hey, send it up. Send it up. Send it up. Send it up. Send up. Hey. So I just want to thank you for coming on for Tea Time with Dr. Kelly. We have known each other for 29 years.
Get it right.
29 years.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
I wanted to bring you on so we could talk about the dynamics of friendships, because friendships have different dynamics. It can start where you're very close, or life happens, you move on, you get married, divorce, children, all type of things. But I just want you to introduce yourself to our audience and just be yourself. You home.
I'm home.
You home. So
Hey.
we just welcome you.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. Finally, it's my turn.
It's your turn.
Yes. So as you stated, I'm Aisha Taylor. Known you for 29 years. We done came from the club to the altar.
From the club
to
on the Tuesday. Going crazy.
Yes.
So we did come from the club.
Yes.
To the church.
Yes. We was in the club quite often. BC.
Before the club.
Before Christ.
Before the club. And AC.
Yeah.
After church.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
BC. Before the club.
Yes.
And BC. Before Christ.
That's right.
And AC. After Christ.
After Christ. After Christ. That's where we at now.
That's where we are right now.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
I want you to feel free, and I want you to just talk about a little bit about yourself, about friendships. What does friendship mean to you?
Friendship to me, listen, friendships are intentional. To me, I'm very intentional about the people that I have around me. You already know my friendship circle is super small. You already know I'm not too friendly, and it takes a while for me to kind of open up to you.
Mm-hmm. Where did you meet me?
John Jay?
No.
Where we met?
Where we really kicked it and
Virginia?
Yes.
Yes,
Talk
ma'am.
about Virginia. I had on some hot shorts.
You did.
I had on like a lime green tank top.
Yes, you did.
Some short shorts and some Nikes.
Yes.
We were on a trip to King's Dominion. You remember?
Yes.
Well, we went to John Jay College in New York. But let's talk about that initial meeting. How we even connect.
I don't know, because I'm an introvert. You probably came and introduced yourself, and because you always was bubbly and open, and I'm going to come and talk to everybody in the room. And meanwhile, I'm looking like, why is she talking to me? But that's probably how it came about.
So we have had that opportunity to meet each other. We have mutual friends.
Yes.
We all party together. We have been friends. Well, I had a child when you met me, but we've been friends before you had children. I was in your wedding.
Yes, ma'am.
All kind of stuff.
Shenanigans.
All kind of shenanigans. Right?
Yes.
But I want you to talk to us about what is friendship to you. And I know you say your circle is small, but friendship, it can mean many things. You could have casual friends. You could have acquaintances.
Yeah.
But what does friendship truly mean to you?
Truly, friendship is loyalty. Somebody that I'm loyal to, somebody that is loyal to me. Because when I love hard. When I let you in, you're in. We locked in. Because I don't let a lot of people in. So if you're in my circle, that means that I trust you, and we trust each other. And that's got to be reciprocal. It can't be no one-sided friendship, because I don't do well with that. With me, what you see is what you get, and that's what I expect.
In the course of with understanding friendships, I remember a couple of months back we had something called Family Dynamics, and you had shared about a particular friend group who kind of turned your view on friendships, because it was like, can you talk about that? Because you talked about loyalty and royalty, and I want to get into that.
Okay.
Because that's very important when you're dealing with friendships. You have a lot of people who will say they're loyal, but they will trump you for the highest bidder. So let's talk about that dynamic that formed
the way I am now,
the way you are right now.
Okay, so I figured that would eventually come up. So during the time when you did that series, I talked about when I was 13, I had a best friend, and it's like we was locked in. Whenever you saw her, you saw me. And it was back in the days where it was pagers. So we would be in the house and just page each other like 911 or whatever. That means call me or come over or whatever. Because she literally lived like 3 blocks away from me. The girl.
The pages, yes.
Little pager service. I was 13 paying my own little pager bill. But anyway, so I forged a friendship with her. We was definitely locked in. At least I was locked in. But as we got a little older, maybe about 15, she introduced another girl into our friend circle. And I thought the girl was cool. The girl never had any problems with me. But little did I know, the person that I thought was my friend, that I called was my friend, was dropping seeds in the other girl's ear. And the new girl's ear. Okay. Ish don't really like you. Ish be talking about you. Ish said this. Ish said that. And had the girl not liking me. And I didn't even realize it. And it all came to a head because me and the girl got into it because the girl thought that I spread rumors about her, that she was promiscuous, that she had STDs, all sorts of things. But all of that came from the person that was my friend. And that really soured me on friendships. And like I said, I was young. And from then I was just like, you know what? It's going to take a lot to get to me, because that really hurt me. I had to grieve that friendship because that was my best friend. And to be so young and have that kind of situation, it soured me.
Because over the years, we've hung out, we've partied, we've visited each other's home, but most of the time my home was like the party home.
Yes.
Right? We had fish fries.
Yes.
We done turned up. We done
get ready. My toes.
I done did the nails, the cornrows, everything. We about to go to the club. So we all getting dressed at my house. And I remember you were like, B, why you got so many people around you?
Always.
Right?
Yeah.
But explain that, because I am an extroverted person, but I do have some introverted ways. However, I like my energy on a high level. Yeah. But you were always more like a reserved kind of person.
I'm watching.
Back. You're watching. I'm watching too, but I'm laughing. But they don't know I'm watching. Right? But the people around me.
Yeah.
You never really warmed up to people. So we had our friends from Harlem. We had friends from Brooklyn. We had a couple of friends from East New York. We had different friend groups. Then we had cousins and people that we hung out with and everything. So why did you feel like I always had people around me? We're just talking about friendships, because I'm a bubbly person.
And I'm not.
Right. And then, like, I'm the life of the party. The party ain't
Yes.
gonna start till I jump up in there. You know what I'm saying? But
Yes.
I was always been a friendly person. But after a while, it goes sour because maybe I'm too direct, or maybe I see them for who they really are. Right. And
Good
you
point.
may have seen it, but I had to experience things on
For
my
yourself,
own.
yes.
So in the course of time, us developing friendship, you saw people around me come and go. Right. So how did that make you feel with regards to friendships? Because we shared some friendships. And one of them blocked us.
Well, yes.
Clock it.
I'm probably still
Clock
blocked.
it. You probably watching it. She gonna watch it. Right?
We both might be still blocked.
It's okay.
But anyway, I mean, yeah, I never liked all the people around because I felt I'm always the one that's watching in the background. I'm always the one that's observing. Yeah, I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna turn up, but I got my eye on you. Stop calling her sis. Because sis, what did you tell us? It was it in one of your things.
Oh,
sis
my
is
sermons. Sis at the end of a sis is like a hiss.
Yeah.
Sometimes. But
Sometimes.
yes.
Not all
But
the
yeah,
time.
because people will say sis.
Yeah.
But a snake hisses.
That's right.
Right? And sometimes people are snakes not even hidden in the grass that come in the name of friendship.
Yeah.
But when we talk about loyalty and royalty, I'm your friend.
Yes.
Have I been loyal as a loyal friend?
Yes.
Explain. Let's talk about loyalty and royalty.
Okay. For loyalty and royalty, I thought about that because royalty in our dynamic, you're my friend, but you're also my apostle. So there's a line that you just don't cross. And it could be a very delicate line because sometimes maybe something you say, I don't agree with. But what do you tell us? Go to God. Take it to God.
Take it to God and pray.
So yeah, it may be something that I don't agree with, and it may be something that I'll come to you later on and be like, B, did you have to handle it like that? Could we have done it a little bit differently? But I gotta wait till you calm down, and then I approach you and we talk about it.
But
That's helped us over the years, especially with this dynamic of royalty versus
But
loyalty.
I wasn't always in the church.
No,
I wasn't always in church.
you was
but
on
I
the Parkway.
For those of you who don't know what the Parkway is, it's a West Indian Day parade where we wear panties and bras and
Right.
feathers and dancing and whining and gyrating and reveling and
All that.
turning up and mud throwing on you and shaking up, jump. Yes, so that is what the Parkway was. So I
Yes.
used to party
Yes.
and everything, as y'all know. But I've always been a loyal person. If I'm for you, I'm for you. If I'm not, I'm not for you.
It's true.
Now, have I ever switched up on you as a friend?
No.
Explain, because the people are watching. People feel like they can't have good friends because you hear the saying that women don't hang out with other women. They usually have more guy friends than women friends. That's not the case with me. I can have guy friends
have
and women
both.
friends. I have both.
Yeah.
And I believe that loyalty says a lot more than royalty for me, because royalty, people go to the next highest bidder, right? When it no longer fits their needs.
Yeah.
So they will trump their loyalty with you and they will go to somebody else they feel like they can get, an opportunity. And we've seen it. We've seen it in ministry. We've seen it in business. We've seen it hanging out in the hood, that people will hang out with you when it's convenient for them.
Yeah.
But then the loyalty, there's no more loyalty toward one another.
Right.
But what does royalty friendships look like to you?
I mean, it's exactly the way I described our dynamic, because there's certain places even that you go in ministry that I don't go with you, because
Not only in ministry, but
I mean, in ministry, social life.
social
Yeah, your social life
gatherings, yeah.
too. Yeah. But it's okay because we do have our friendship dynamic. And like I said, there's a line that I know not to cross. So that's where the royalty comes in, because I'm not going to overstep that boundary. And I think it's very important to our dynamic, and it's helped
agree.
us.
It's
yeah.
true. Over the years, life had afforded us different avenues. And I want to talk about that, because sometimes friendships don't serve us in certain seasons.
Very true.
Right? So as we're navigating through journeys, and those of you who are watching, as Aisha and I are talking, we're dialoguing, we're having a conversation, sometimes friendships worked in one season, but then there's another season that life happens. And it's not that you had an argument,
No.
a fight, or anything. You just kind of have to really pretty much handle life. Life is happening. There's different transitions. There's different changes that may occur. So both you and I were friends. We graduated from college, right? What many people may not know, she's the one who sowed the seed of salvation to me. B, you need to come to serve God. You need to. I was like, girl, I'm going to the club. Ain't got nobody got time for going to nobody church, right?
Sure
I'm
did.
going to serve the
Sure
devil.
did.
That's exactly what I'm going to serve the devil. Ain't got no time to serve God. And I'm not saying physically serving the devil.
Yeah.
I'm serving my flesh.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to do.
You know what you said?
What I said.
I'm doing me.
Yeah,
I'm doing me.
And then God had a different plan.
Snatch you up.
He snatched me up, boxed me up, beat me up, dragged me up, all kind of stuff. You're going to serve me now.
Yeah.
Because you didn't receive it from my messenger. So both of us got saved. You got saved first. I got saved second. Now, graduate from college. We spent a couple of time after college. But life began to present itself.
Yeah.
What happened?
I didn't know where you were. Like, you totally disappeared. And like you said, life happened. We didn't get into anything. There was never an argument. It's just a matter of it was years that gone by and we hadn't had any contact. But when I needed you, I knew where to find you. And when I called, you came.
And I believe that what you didn't understand at that time was God had me arrested.
Yes.
We both got married.
Yes.
I was in your wedding. I ain't have a wedding.
Well,
You did come to my baby shower, though.
I did.
Nobody knew I was married or nothing.
Yeah.
It just happened.
Yeah.
But there was times where nobody knew I was because it seems like as if I was arrested in a cave.
Yeah.
And I could not call friends. This was the journey that I had to walk alone with me coming to the place where I am now and where I'm going in God. And I lost a lot of friendships because people didn't understand
It's true.
that dynamic. And both you and I, we have never, ever had no argument or disagreement. But there may have been probably other friendships that came into play as a result of my absence. And you probably hung out with other people that probably had more commonality with you. But I was on a whole little spiritual journey.
Yeah.
Going where God wanted me to go.
Yeah.
And just developing my identity. And just going back in hindsight, I remember we sat down in a Dunkin' Donuts. You remember that Dunkin' Donuts?
I do.
I think that was a turning point in our relationship because this is the prophet coming to you now.
Yes.
And the prophet now is no longer B or in the club.
Right.
This is the person who God is raising up to be a mouthpiece.
Yeah.
And we sat at Dunkin' Donuts. And what happened?
You prophesied to me. And I think that I received it. I'm trying to remember exactly what you said to me, but whatever you said to me, I think that it was pivotal in our friendship and pivotal for me to see the difference in the growth and the fact that, like you said, oh, this ain't B. This is a whole different level.
And then also,
Yeah.
that is where I went to the root of the abuse. You remember that?
Yes.
So
We going there.
friendships serve different
Yes.
capacities.
Yeah.
And I believe that this was a vital time. You were still living in Jersey or transitioning back to
New York, yeah.
To New York. I remember I had on like a crochet pink. I was pregnant with Hannah, I believe. And we sat down in the back by Montague down there, and I began to tell you what was happening. And you kind of like suppressed a lot of things and
For years.
for years. And when you shared it, it was like a bombshell in every area of your life.
Yeah.
And I believe that it kind of shifted the family dynamic a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Talk about it.
I dropped the whole bomb. And nobody was ready, first of all. And the sad part about it is nobody believed me. And it was a really tough time. It was a tough time. It was on some, oh, well, why you wait until now to say something? And I don't know why I waited until now, but I knew that it had to come out.
But you playing safe right now.
Oh. What you want me to say?
Because there are people
Yeah.
who are watching.
Yes.
They may need a friend that come to tell them the truth and begin to pull things out that have been hidden. And to be politically correct, sometimes we don't want to talk about certain conversations, but there are friendships who are able to identify where there was a breach. And I think you are very politically correct when you talk. You always are the diplomatic one. Me, I'm the what she thinks, I'm gonna say it.
True.
Right? But even with talking about this dynamic, because you healing people, but this is the one area that could affect a friendship. Because your friend came and told you something that you may not have been ready to handle.
And I still don't think I handled it right after that. I feel like it took me a while. But I remember you told me to write a letter and just pour everything out in the letter that I was afraid to say and didn't want to say. And I let loose on that letter. That letter, I don't know, it might have been like 8 pages of just things and experiences. And I mailed the letter, and because I was living in Jersey, they was in New York, mailed the letter. And when the letter was opened, all hell broke loose. It was bad. It was bad. It caused a really big shift in the dynamic of my family, but it exposed a lot of things. And I was glad that I did. I was scared to death, but glad that I did it because I felt so free afterwards. And it was just like, hey, it's going to be what it's going to be at this point, because I need to say it. I need to get this out because I can't keep carrying this in my life because it's weighing me down and it was stunting my growth. So I thank you for kicking me off the ledge and making me do that and see that it needs to be done.
And then there was a gap again between the both of us. We didn't know each other, where we were, nothing.
Yeah.
And I truly believe that was intentional by God. Separating me.
Yeah.
And what was familiar has no longer been familiar to me anymore.
True.
So we don't have the same friend circles. Remember coming to my 40th party, you don't know anybody.
I sure didn't.
It's like life begins to change.
Yeah.
Now you have your friends, right? Or you still have some of the same friends, but they no longer were of value to me per se. And they pretty much was like at the same level. And as you begin to evolve and you begin to want better for your life and you want to have quality friendships, you meet different people, whether it's colleagues at work or just along life ministerial journey.
Yeah.
And I believe that we felt a little disconnected.
Yeah. But it was your 40th, so I was still going to be there.
She was there.
Yeah.
But
and
there
my
was a
whites.
disconnect. And it wasn't by anything. It was because of, let's talk about that part of friendship, like the disconnect.
Okay.
You talk.
I mean, yeah, it was a disconnect, but I feel like when we did reconnect, we picked up right where we left off. Yeah, you're different. Yeah, I'm different. We've gone through life experiences, but the root of our friendship, the foundation of the friendship was still there. And I think that's what kept us connected. But are you going to when I reached out to you in 2018? Are we there yet?
Not yet there.
Okay.
Because there were things that probably led up to that point, right? But we hadn't been in conversation
at all
or anything.
Yeah.
So nothing happened again.
No.
But we still got the same numbers. But we just were not like everyday talking.
Yeah.
So have you ever had to grieve a friendship while you were married? A loss of a friend while you were married? Through divorce? Some people that you probably were once connected to. And you had to grieve some friends. So I want to talk about that because sometimes when you're connected or interconnected with people or friend groups, when one thing dissolves, you lose people that were connected to the dissolution of whether a marriage or
100%.
friendship or anything. So
100%.
What would you say about grief in that season?
I will say when I left my ex-husband, there was definitely a shift. We had a lot of mutual friends because we was together for so long.
We all hung out. We used to party, have fun with each other. We went out a lot of places.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we had a lot of mutual friends. And I think people felt like they had to make a choice. And it was like some of them remained loyal to him, and then some remained loyal to me. Some were in the middle, and they didn't make a choice. But the big shift was I noticed like a lot of the people that I thought was in my corner, that I thought was locked in, they was in the wind. They were in the wind. And some people, like I said, that I thought was my brother, my sister, they was gone. And they I guess sided with him, so to speak, and that friendship dynamic was no more. And that hurt. It hurt a lot because these are people like you said that we've known for like 20 plus years. And it's like now when I see them, it's like, oh, hey, what's up? How you doing? You good? The kid's good? And that's that. But these is people that I thought that we were ride or die. And that hurt. That hurt. I felt like people should be able to remain neutral, and they didn't. So like now it's I meet you where you at. That's what I'm on.
But did you grieve those?
I did. I think that I did cry. You know, I'm not a huge crier, but I did cry. But I think honestly, now that you're asking about grieving, I don't know that I did, because I kind of just shut it out.
Hold on, let me move the mics real quick. I'm sorry.
The one that I hit?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. I was like trying to make it work, but
Yeah.
you it far.
Okay, thank you.
You gonna sit right there?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So can you start back with that question of did you
Grieve?
Did you grieve? Yeah. You said you were saying I never really thought about grieving it.
I never really thought about grieving. Did I properly grieve those friendships? And I don't think that I did now that we're sitting here talking, because I kind of just shut it out. I kind of just moved on, because when I did separate from my ex-husband, there were just so many things going on. I had to adapt to the kids, make sure the kids were good, had to make sure that I was good. So I wasn't really thinking about the friendships, but in those alone times, kids are in bed, I got my thoughts with me, and I'm like, yo, nobody called to check on me? Nobody called to see if my kids are okay?
That's a big thing.
It's huge.
And especially if you had invested time.
Decades
With people you thought were your friend.
Yeah.
And sometimes we isolate those feelings.
Yeah.
I talked about emotional wounds.
Yeah.
And I talked about rejection, abandonment, neglect.
All that.
Because if they were friends that you had that type of relationship or camaraderie with, you haven't had time to grieve it.
No.
Or you just put it in your subconscious mind like, oh, well, life goes on.
That's exactly what happened. So then, no, I didn't grieve it. I just walked over it. And just like I said, there were so many other things going on, and I didn't really think about it. And like now when I see them today, it's just like, oh, what's up? You good? All right. Like we ain't never had no friendship. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Did you ever, one of them ever call you, or you ever had an opportunity to tell them how they made you feel?
Yeah, one of the guy friends like reached out and tried to reconnect with me and whatever. And he ended up having an ulterior motive, so that didn't work out. Okay? No, because wait. I'm gonna spill some tea. So what he thought, let's clock this tea. Because what he thought was that because I wasn't with my ex-husband any longer, that he was going to slide in and just be like it's stepdaddy season.
First of all, you got 4 stomachs. Who gonna want to be with him?
Clock it.
You feel what I'm saying?
Clock it.
And if it's the person we're talking about, I'm like, yo, dude.
Yeah.
You ain't even on one of the top 4.
Okay. That would have
But we never
happened.
looked at him like that.
Ever. He tried, not for lack of trying, because he tried through the whole friend circle, and it never happened. Mm-hmm. So that is the person that reached out. But like I said, he had an ulterior motive, so I don't even count that. But the people that I thought should have reached out or would have reached out did not happen. It was like the line was drawn in the sand, and that was it. So it hurt. But to answer your question, I guess I didn't grieve it. I think I was just like, oh well, shake the dust off my feet, and I moved on.
Was there ever a time where you were disloyal to a person, a friendship?
I don't think so, because loyalty is very big to me. And if I like I said earlier, if I let you in, you're in. Like, I don't believe in lying to my friends or anything like that. So loyalty is big to me. So if somebody out there that can say that I was disloyal, holla at me, because I'm a loyal person. I'm a loyal chick, and that's a part of my character.
So discerning.
Yeah.
Discernment is one of our gifts,
Of course.
that God has given us.
Ma'am.
How do you discern a friendship when you know that it's seasonal, or a friendship that you can discern that it may be long term? How can you decipher between the two?
I watch the way people move. I watch the way people treat me. I watch our interaction, because if we start out texting each other every day and then it slows down, and if I text you, you wait 2 days to, 2 days to reply back, there's some sort of breach in the friendship. Something is not right. Something in the buttermilk is not clean. So
That's a new term. Something in the buttermilk. It's not clean.
We gonna have to ask Pastor Princess. That sounds like a Southern thing. Y'all, Georgia is trying to get me out of my New York, but it'll never happen.
Say that one more time. Something is in the buttermilk
ain't clean.
I gotta clock that.
Clock it.
Something in the buttermilk ain't clean.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I'll be telling you all the slang, though.
She be telling me all the slang, for real. What? The math ain't math, and
The math ain't
life is
mathin'.
life, and what's the other one?
Oh my God. Now I gotta think. I don't know.
Because Ish be all up on the celebrities and all of the reality stuff.
Yeah.
You be getting the slang. I think she need to work for the Shade Room. Because she
I can write those captions now.
I know you can write them captions for sure.
Yes.
Girl.
Yes.
But yes, discernment. How
Yeah.
do you discern seasons and lifelong?
You know what? A lot of it, I take it to God. I have to ask God, like, God, is this person intentional in my life? Like, what is their purpose of being in my life? Is this friendship gonna last? Is this person, are we gonna serve each other well? Is there an ulterior motive? So I ask God a lot, and God does give me, the signs, the signals, like, this ain't it. Move on for this one. Distance yourself, daughter. So that is what helps me a lot to discern seasonal and long term. But like I said, my friendship circle is small, and I'm not looking for no new friends.
How you gonna say that?
What? I'm not
If
looking for new
God
friends.
is gonna bring new people into your life, you haven't even met. There's 7.8 billion
Oh God.
people in the world. I wasn't gonna say that comment, okay?
Please don't. I'll clutch my pearls. Please don't. But I know you're right. That's something that I have to work on.
You have to work on, because
You've always told me that.
how you gonna get a man? For those of you watching, she need a man, right? She
Clock
has been
it.
divorced. How many years?
2021? Was it 2021? No, officially 2023, but separated since 2019.
Okay, but how you gonna be? Because your face,
Oh, it's bad.
you need to work on that,
I do.
friend. You need to work on that friendship
bad.
for real. Because who gonna approach you?
You're right. Because my face is resting B.
That's not nice.
It's not. It's not. Help me, Lord.
For real. You getting older. We getting older.
Yeah.
You don't want companionship?
I do.
But how you going to be a friend with a man and you look like you sucking lemons?
Oh, my face is not sour. It's just like,
Let me see. I'm a little cross-eyed right now. No, for real. But how you think somebody...
you're right.
Because I'm like, Ish, get dressed and let's go out. You're like, I don't know. I'm like, look, I'm leaving your little tail home. Because
True.
you boring sometimes. You are boring as a friend.
I don't agree with that. And you've
You
said that before.
You better tell the truth and shame the devil on this podcast. Because I'll be like, Ish, let's go out. Ish be like, how much is gonna cost? Ish be getting me mad, yo. She be getting me mad.
I'm
Because
still not boring.
She's boring.
I'm not.
She's boring. She will
I'm
watch
not.
the 1,000-pound sisters over going to catch or going somewhere to turn up or have a good time.
Oh my God.
Ish,
Oh God. Yeah,
tell the truth. Repent.
I repent.
Repent. Yeah, because I'm like, come on, we got to do something different. I be like, you know what, child? I'm leaving her.
No.
I'm going to network and do something.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
Be honest.
I am. You're right.
Yes.
You're right.
You will watch 1,000-Pound Sisters.
That's not
You
all
will
I watch.
Not all of that. What else other reality shows y'all be watching?
Housewives of Atlanta?
Yeah, and you be watching Love Island.
No, I haven't seen that one. I heard it's good. I'm going to watch it, but
Okay, that's their own
Yeah.
tea over
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yes. So Ish will sit. She know all the drama going on
Yeah.
things. But nevertheless,
I got to get out.
So what's keeping you from going out?
I think I got too comfortable.
In
Because
what?
listen,
With
no.
the cat?
Well, she be all up under me. But no, the reason
I'm
why
never going to her house because she has a cat.
You
Because
wouldn't
I'm
know.
allergic. I'll be done wheeze and pass out. So before I look like I got eyes that's swollen and going out to the nice restaurant.
My God. No, but for real, I got too comfortable, and I'll tell you why. I think that I was so entrenched. Listen, no, come on. We're going to talk about it.
Come on.
I was so entrenched on being a wife and a mother, and I lost myself, and I always had to be on. And there was always a routine. When you come home, homework, get dinner started. Okay, bath time. Okay, y'all settle down, get your clothes out for the next day. It was always a routine, and it became redundant. Mm-hmm. So, cook dinner, all of that, clean up the kitchen afterwards. And then when I got separated from my ex-husband, it was just like, yo, you could breathe. You ain't got to walk around on eggshells. You ain't got to worry about what mood this person is going to be in when they come home. You don't have to worry about your stomach tightening up when you hear the key in the door. You know what I'm saying? So I put my key in my own door. Only voices in there is them kids or whoever comes by or whatever. And it's like, I got comfortable. And I need to come out of that comfort zone. So you're absolutely right.
There's nothing wrong with being comfortable, but
but not day after day.
Not
now.
day after day.
Yeah.
You can add to your comfort. Because
Yeah.
me, I love my bed, yo.
Yeah.
When I come in, thank you, God, for my big bed.
Yeah.
Right? But I be looking on the other side, yo, I need some good, you know what I'm saying?
You right?
Something to wrap me
too.
nice with their nice biceps
Me
and
too.
triceps and not the stomach over their jeans.
No.
But I'm just saying, you want somebody to share that love that you have.
Yeah, you're right.
You want
I
that
do.
thing wet. Stop acting like you all. I'm being honest.
Yeah.
It's a long time for you, right? Me too.
The cobwebs is there.
I don't got no cobwebs. Because
well,
I goes.
maybe it's
and
just
gets
me.
my sugarins.
Maybe-
Listen,
I put you on.
you put me on, but I was doing wax before. You know what I'm
the
saying?
sugaring is where it's at now.
No, it is better on the skin. No,
Yes.
yes.
Oh, yes.
So-
Smooth as a baby's bottom.
Baby bottoms.
Mm-hmm.
But getting out of your comfort zone,
Yes.
because people are not going to invite you anywhere if you're in your comfort zone.
And you know what? And it's like, you can say this because we're on a different level, but like the people that I'm around at work, like the people on my team, they feel totally different.
Because they're square.
Nah, man.
Yes, you are whitewashed.
Oh,
She is black on the outside. She's an Oreo.
disrespectful.
She's an Oreo.
You always have said that.
Ish, you need to marry a white man.
I could.
I think you will fit into that culture very well. Right? So I really feel like the people she works with is very corporate, bougie, pushy.
Are you out there? Are you watching right
Yes,
now?
watch her
Holla
right
at your
now.
girl.
Holla at her.
Yeah.
No baggage.
Yeah.
.com.
Hey.
She's in the chat rooms of singlesexy.com. She's open and willing and able.
What just happened?
Now back to friendships.
Yes, back to friendships.
Back to friendships.
Yes.
But no, a friend will tell you got to get up out of your comfort zone.
And you're right.
And sometimes you do fall back in your default pattern because my personality is over the top,
Yes.
strong. Sometimes she can't take me, but each
No.
don't even be like, I ain't paying her no mind. But me, I be like 1,000.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I come back down and I'm okay. But
That's true.
how do you deal with conflict in a friendship? Do you think a friendship could last
Yeah. And what,
after conflict?
yes, but I think it's important to talk about it. Mm-hmm. And it may not be right when it happens because, like you said, you be on 1,000.
Yeah.
And I'm just the opposite. I let you rah, 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 and I'll be sitting there like, yo, you done? I think that pisses you off even more.
Yeah, because you get on my nerves. Because I need a response. You know what I'm saying? And then she be sending the emojis, painting her nails.
Blank
Listen,
stare.
a blank stare. But nah, we got to deal with it.
Right. But it might not be
I
in
want
that
to deal with it
time.
when I'm on 1,000, 4,000,
Right,
10,000.
What is that going to accomplish?
Nothing.
Exactly.
But
So it's better when you calm down.
But did we ever have conflict?
Yes.
When? Tell me. Tell me. Spill the tea.
We're going to spill
tea.
the Okay, we're going to spill the tea. So you don't remember
On the phone?
on the phone?
Yes.
Okay.
And I didn't care. I was like, take your feelings to God. I didn't care.
Yeah. And I went off.
She went off. She cried. And I didn't care about no tears.
I was fuming. My kids were upstairs. The kids was like, Mommy, what's going on? Who are you yelling at? I was going off. And there were other people on the phone as well. So we had witnesses.
We had witnesses.
But everybody on the phone was quiet as a church mouse because they probably was like, yo, what is going on
And I was
here?
still going high.
You were going.
I was going. I wasn't stopping.
And after a while, I was just like, yo, I disengaged.
Because I got to get the last word.
You can
and
have
it's
it.
bad. It's last.
You can have
Yo,
it.
I'm coming. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. And then after a while, I go, hey, let's go eat.
And I didn't want to go eat.
And that's her. She will go. I am like, let's go eat after. I don't have my little explosions.
Yeah.
And then we're fine. Let's go get some chicken noodle soup or something. Or let's go get some tea and croquettes.
Yeah. But I didn't want to do that. So you and I are different in that area.
Okay.
Because you will rah, explode, come in like a wrecking ball.
So I hurt your feelings?
You did.
How?
Because you called me boring. You said I have no personality. Yeah, you did. My feelings were hurt. And that's why I went off. And it takes a lot to get me to that point. Yeah.
Because she's still looking for Q. They used to call me Q, QB, right? Each still looking for the turn up girl in the club, right? But she not there. Each sometime she be wanting to go back to that lifestyle on the low.
Not the club so much, but I like a good lounge. I ain't gonna hold you.
What do you think is a club? Lounge?
No, a club scene is totally different.
They got the hookahs and all of that little
Yeah,
nightcaps.
but I don't have to do hookah.
A little nightcaps.
Well, that's different. That's different.
So,
But that's not your scene.
that's not my scene, right? My scene, I don't even know what my scene is. I just go
It ain't
wherever the
that.
Lord sent me.
Yeah.
I just be free spirited, right?
Yeah.
But I do believe that honesty and accountability is good.
Absolutely, 100%.
And I'm always going to be honest with you. And I'm always going to be one that's going to tell you the truth. Likewise yourself. My delivery may not be the best.
It'd be off.com.
Not all the time.
A lot.
Okay, 95%. But it's okay. It's okay.
Yes.
My delivery, and sometimes the dynamics could get blurred because
Right.
you're dealing with a bold prophet and like no nonsense. I don't care about y'all feelings. Let's deal with the matter at hand. Let's deal with the assignment, right?
Yeah.
So you serve with me in ministry, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You serve on our team. So there's seasons where you're not getting the beer.
That's true.
How do you handle that? For those that are listening.
I mean, it makes me sad sometimes.
Talk about it.
It makes me sad sometimes because sometimes I want to call my friend to talk about certain things and you're not there.
There we go. Let
You're
it
not
loose.
there.
Let it loose. It's okay.
So
But explain that. Explain that.
I think that I don't want the prophet all the time because sometimes I just need somebody to, I don't know, tell me that it's going to be okay, or I don't know, even that our friendship is going to be okay. And I believe that it is, and I believe that I have adapted to the fact that, you know, you are the apostle and whatever, and sometimes there's things.
Go ahead.
There's times that, you know, you're not going to be able to be reachable. And that's okay. It's okay. I've accepted it, but sometimes it's hard.
And I can only imagine that it's hard because sometimes I can't deal with the natural.
Right.
Especially when I'm dealing with other spiritual elements. And this is where sometimes people will walk away as a friend because they don't understand.
Yeah.
And my expectations of
Thank
you
you.
as a friend
Uh-huh.
should understand and pick up where I'm at.
I do.
Because I do pick up where you're at.
Yeah.
But I also am not going to enable where you're at.
Yeah.
Right? Because I also know that you're comfortable as a friend. You safe. You like to play it safe. But me, I'm a radical and I take faith risk.
Yeah.
And sometimes I need a friend
Yeah.
that will be like, Nabia, come on, let's go. Because sometimes depression is resting on me.
Yeah.
And who could pray for me? Who been praying for everybody?
Right.
Who can provide for me when I'm always trying to figure out things? Or sometimes I don't feel like you're a friend to me sometimes. And I say that not because of anything you have done. I don't feel like you're in tune with me 100%.
Okay.
And this is a transparent moment
Yeah.
for me as a leader, as a friend. I don't feel like just little things you don't pick up on. And sometimes I be trying to find myself in people
Yeah.
because I'm detail oriented.
Yeah.
And I get frustrated too. I get angry too.
Yeah.
Like, why can't people think outside the box without me having to ask and everything? And I do apologize that you feel like your friend is not there because that's not my intention. But I also know that I'm pushing vision.
Yeah.
I'm birthing things, multiple things at the same time. And I do tell you everything is going to be okay when I say, Ish, this is what the Lord is saying. He brought you through this season. He going to get you through to another season, right?
true.
And everything that God has given me for you,
Yeah.
it has come to pass. That's friendship to
Absolutely.
me.
Oh, yeah.
Right? When you have sound counsel, but the lovey-dovey friendship, I don't know if we have that, like the hugging and the kissing and all that. That's not me. Sometimes I am affectionate. It's rare. It's very rare, but I am not going to always wear my emotions on my sleeve.
Right.
And neither do you. But I also feel, this is helping somebody that's watching, I also feel like 99% of the time I got to take my feelings out of things. Because I always got to leave room for God to speak.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
And this may be a conflict between us navigating
Yeah.
where do we mesh well. So you'll be home at your house. I'll be home at my house in the dark. Wondering if you could pick up where I'm at in the dark. Like, for example, I'm going to give you an example. We had to put the church on pause.
Yeah.
And it was a very heavy moment making that decision for 2.5 months to put it on pause for different reasons.
Yeah.
And I'm like, she's serving close to me, but where is she? She don't understand where I'm at. And I feel like sometimes you could be insulated in your own world and not really tapped into friendship with me. And that's something where we're communicating it now.
Right.
And sometimes I don't even want to hear excuses because we just got to get the job done. We just got to take it as it come.
Yeah.
You get slapped on the chin, keep it moving.
Yeah.
And then we come back and we revisit it, right? For another situation, we had Friday Night Fire in New York. People were very offended when I said, I don't have time to deal with the personal. Let's deal with the spiritual matter at hand. Because when we start putting personal things into kingdom work, we lose our assignment. And I think that with us, I can honestly say I don't have much best friends. I think we're very close in nature and we've been friends for so many years. A best friend to me is pretty much taking me out the house while I was sitting in the desk in the office, like depression hitting me. You know, Hannah came into the office and was like, sitting in the dark. It was just like, all I could do was put the prayer shawl on me because I was feeling tormented. I was feeling like a failure, like I had to close the church. I had to deal with this and I had to deal with that. And I feel like a friend was supposed to get out their house. How is she eating? What's going on? And not many people could pick me up. And that is one of the hardest jobs of leading and pastoring.
Yeah.
Friendships. But I do believe that there's reconciliation. I do believe
Absolutely.
that God can heal and God can deliver.
Yeah.
And then even, what happens if I say, Ish, you no longer serve your purpose with me in ministry, but you still under the ministry? What happens with that? That has nothing to do with friendship. That has all to do with kingdom assignment because you might feel like, oh, I got to leave the church or whatever, because sometimes people will leave because we have shifted roles. And I have to go with where God say to go.
True.
Whether it's a biological mother, father. If God say don't go that way, I got to go where God say. But back to your point, I'm sorry you feel that way.
Well, thank
And
you.
I apologize
And
for
I
making you feel
apologize.
that way.
Yeah, and I apologize too because I didn't know that you felt that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that it also has a lot to do with you've always been on me too. Get in my word, spend more time with God because then I'll be able to pick up those things. God will trust me more with his secrets. And that's what I'm doing now in
Yep.
this season.
And I commend you on that. Yes.
Thank you. It's definitely
Because you almost made
changing
me
me.
cuss yesterday.
Why?
You almost made me cuss because I was
Why?
like, I said, what you doing? Oh, I was in my word. I said, what?
Oh.
No, I ain't never heard you say you in the word now.
Yeah.
But you have to, because a friend is going to tell you.
Yeah.
Because I can't give you anything.
No.
It's in the word.
It is.
Where you're going to get the answers. And it's going to be in your prayer time with God where he's going to unlock things that I can't unlock.
Right.
And you have kids that's growing in faith.
Yes.
And they're going to ask you questions.
They do.
You need answers for yourself.
Yeah.
Because you might read one thing and the healing that you need for that new husband or that new relationship, it's in the word of God.
Yeah. Yeah. And I pray before I even read, I pray that, the word will resonate in my spirit, in my mind, in my heart, and that I will use it in my day-to-day life and my day-to-day activities because that's what I need.
You do need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because knowing God in your mind and knowing him in your heart. You remember we went to that tribulation trail.
Yes.
And the people was like, but Lord, I had you in my head. He's like, but you weren't. And he said, move from me.
Yeah.
And the death angel came.
Yeah.
I don't want to be pastoring people or I have a friend that's going down to hell. I don't want to make it to hell.
Right.
Right? So a friend is going to grab you and I see you slipping sometimes.
Yeah.
And the pastor got to come in.
Yeah.
The shepherd got to come in. The prophet
It's
got to
true.
come in. Get it together, Ish. God will take away everything that you have made an idol. And you don't want God to do that.
Not at all.
Not at all. And he has provided for you.
Yes, he has.
And he has blessed you.
Yes.
He has moved you from New York to Georgia.
Yep.
You have children, a daughter that has been on the honor roll in school. You have so many blessings.
Thank God.
Going on for you. And then also seed level, sowing, the heart posture. God is dealing with you. So you in your stretching phase. You're not in your stressing phase. So God is stretching you.
Yes.
Because if you're going to hang around an apostle, I'm a trailblazer. I'm a pioneer. We operate and we move at a different frequency.
Yes.
So if you're going to keep up as a friend, leadership, because I saw the leadership in you. So I put you on my leadership team as a confidant. Right? Sometimes we put people in places because we just want to fill a space. No, I put you there because you are a confidant. I know you were safe with secrets. And as a leader, you know I've been betrayed at many levels. You
High
want people
levels.
who are safe.
Yeah.
And that you ain't got to watch the daggers in your back.
Right.
And also,
Right.
we're going through a major shift
Yes.
in our leadership. And I thought you were shifting out too.
Like as in leaving the church?
That's one.
Really?
Yeah, I saw you drifting.
Drifting, yeah, but not to the point where I would leave the
I
ministry.
don't know because people are very fickle.
Yeah.
Not saying you.
I've never been.
And also, there's a shift. When you elevate or when you're going anywhere, there's a pruning.
Yeah.
Pruning and cutting don't feel good.
At all.
And that's where God leaves us naked.
Yeah.
Right? So if there's any word that you will leave for the people that are watching about friendships, I want you to look at the camera and I want you to encourage the people. You can either look here, there, to encourage the people. Did you feel this segment helped you?
I did because that was something that was weighing on my heart and there was never really
A window period?
to discuss it.
Because right now I'm not in a talkative mood.
Yeah.
Right now. I'm not approachable right now.
No.
And I know where I'm at.
Yeah.
So that's why I stay away. Because I don't want to injure anybody in that place.
Yeah.
And that's why God told me to put a rest on the church because I don't want to injure God people. I got
Right.
to pull away so that God can deal with whatever he's dealing with me to the point where I'm open to receive
Yeah.
what people have to say.
It's true.
So you didn't feel like it was a window, but God allowed it today.
He did, and I'm glad. I'm glad because I've been wanting to say those things for a long time.
Okay. And I appreciate it. But look into the camera and encourage someone.
If I were to leave a word, I would say go to God, find your window of opportunity to communicate. because you have to keep an open and honest dialogue with your friend, and where there's opportunities for you to take accountability or for your friend to take accountability, do so, because it's pivotal in the friendship. Don't lie to each other. Always be honest and upfront. And like Apostle said, I have to do better. I have to be more intentional in caring for her in the manner that she needs to be cared for and picking her up in the spirit. And that's something that I'm definitely going to go to God for, because that's what I want. That's the kind of friendship that on a royalty level that I need to get to. And you can do it. Just go to God, keep that in your prayer life, keep it at the forefront, and God is going to do it. He's going to do it for us.
And on a lighter note,
Yeah.
Aisha
Good, because I'm tired of crying.
Aisha has a wonderful platform called Healing Your Hurt. And I just want you to talk to the audience about Healing Your Hurt, what it's about, and where they can find you.
Okay, right now you can find me on Instagram. The channel, as Apostle said, is Healing Your Hurt, where I deal with helping you navigate through toxic relationships. If you've been there, if you're currently in one, if you're trying to get out of one, definitely check out my reels. I'm going to be more consistent in dropping videos, but there are plenty on there right now, but I'm definitely going to be consistent in dropping the videos going forward. And I just feel like that is my purpose, to help you on your healing journey one step at a time. And that's what I'm called to do.
That is good. So Healing Your Hurt, follow Aisha Taylor on Instagram, Healing Your Hurt, hashtag it, awesome content. And as she continues to push and be consistent, we just want to thank our guests. We thank you.
Thank you for having me.
And I'm grateful that you came on.
I'm grateful for the opportunity.
And
awesome.
I just want to tell everyone that are watching, if you have ever come to a road and you're questioning your friendships, open communication, honesty,
Yes.
and understanding if this person is a friend, if they're a comrade, a constituent, or even better yet, someone that is an ally. You got to see what friend is who and what. And if they don't serve, they're not all going to serve the same purpose. Is it a season, a reason, or a lifelong friend? You got to be able to ask for the discerning of spirits to understand who is supposed to be in your life and what season. So those of you who are watching, I need you all to just begin to send up the hearts all over YouTube. I need you all to share this, subscribe. If you have any concerns or any topics that you want to discuss, me and my team, we're going to go over the comments, and we're going to probably come on the platform that will stream in your radio, stream on your platform, stream on your television or your cell phone, one by one, spilling the tea. As we spill the tea and pour back into you, this is none other than your girl, Dr. Nabia Kelly, a earned doctorate. This is Dr.
that's right.
Nabia Kelly. You know, we got a lot of people who bought their doctorates on Etsy, but
Right.
this is an earned doctorate.
Yes.
Dr. Kelly, Tea Time with Dr. Kelly. We want to thank you for subscribing. We thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon as we clock that tea. And again, come on, clock the tea for our guest, Aisha Taylor, hashtag Healing Your Hurt. Tea Time with Dr. Kelly until we meet again. Peace. Thank you all for joining us for our episode with Tea Time with Dr. Kelly. And we look forward to seeing you another time. Just remember, subscribe, tag, share, put your notifications on as we continue to spill the tea.